Cat here. Welcome to A Card Cat Made. Today I wanted to have a bit of a play with some of the items out of Crafty Critta's latest release, as well as share with you a discount code that will get you 15% off site-wide, except for the Your Best Mate foiling machine. So I think I'm just going to dive in, have a play, and I'll tell you what I'm doing as I go along, and probably speed things up so that it goes just a little bit faster for you. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoy. This one I coloured in with my Ohuhu watercolour markers. I just chose a different colour for each style of leaf and had a bit of fun. They're not all perfect. I coloured them. They're not going to be perfect. I'm not a colourist, but I have fun. So I've done that one. Just did some ink blending of some different greens on this one, and I thought I'd do some of the a yellowish to an orange in the Catherine Puller range. I say yellowish because it is yellow, but it's a more autumn yellow. So I think I'll start off with some ink blending, and we'll end up having fun and seeing what we create. I do have 4 foils already chosen off to the side, so I'm going to cut this one in half so that we see what it looks like with different foils on it. Just getting myself a piece of card so that I don't leave fingerprints all over my card, because I often do. Now I just have one brush for each colour family because that works for me, and I don't feel like I need more than that. Some people have brushes for each colour. I just don't find it necessary for me personally. Now I use a fair bit of ink. I try not to be too stingy with my ink, because to get a good blend you really want to lay down a fair bit of ink, and it is going to settle over time. It will, as it soaks into the paper, you get a much more seamless result after it's sat for a little while, which you'll see. I do find running it through the foiling machine also gives it a bit of a quick drying process. There you go, that's most of that looking good. I won't put the lid on that because I'm probably going to want it back, just to help blend things in at the end. I'll actually turn those over in case you can see. We've got sauna and we've got mandarin spice here. Now I just use whatever card is lying around in my craft room for when I'm holding things down, when I'm ink blending, and then I just use them for whatever I need them to. But I don't really worry about if it's one that I've used before or if it's a brand new one, because if it's brand new I'll just use it for something else, or die cutting, or like everything gets used up. Nothing goes in the bin unless it has to. There we go. That's looking good. Pretty happy with that. Don't know that I need to go back and hit that with any more of the sauna. It's actually spring here in Australia at the moment, so it's kind of fun playing with all this autumn stuff and everything. With Halloween coming up, everything's themed a lot around autumn or fall. We call it autumn here in Australia. I'm trying to make these. This is just how I store my inks. I keep them in the boxes they came in, and that's how I keep track of their colours. Oh, and so the colours I used on this one were just green tea and eucalyptus. So yeah, there's my pack of inks. I'll put them back over here. I'm actually really happy with how that turned out. Don't actually normally like orange very much. I'm not an orange girl. Give me my pinks and blues and purples any day. And stars and hearts and all cutesy is my absolute favourites. So let's turn this on. Now, only my second time using my, well, not my, only second time using Your Best Mate. So I had meant to have a bit of a play with it before I had a chance to do another video, and I haven't had time, so we're in there together using it. Just going to get my guillotine out so that I can cut this other page down. Apparently I'm just making a video of me moving things. Exciting for you. Now, Crafty Critta, anything that you buy that comes in this size packaging with the 210 millimeters, sorry, here I am abbreviating, so anyone that lives in Australia will understand what I'm talking about, but if you don't. So, half of that, 10.5 centimeters down here, which is just shy of your 4¼ inches that your standard cards are. And that will be half. There we go. So I had a bit of an idea on what foils I would put with what, but let's see if I can remember. I think I wanted a full bark on that one. I wanted the autumn gold on that, the brown pebbles on that, and the shattered ice on that one. I believe that was what I was at, and if not, then it's still going to look good and we're going to have fun, and that's the main thing. So let's do our dusty. I do have to make some stickers for my foiling machine here, because I have my Foiling Snobs Club stickers, and I have a card cap made sticker ready to go on there that I haven't put on there yet, so I need to get to that. And I should make sure that I make a dusty one to remind myself to dusty. And the reason you want to dusty, in the words of Nancy Stamps, my mentor and the Empress of foiling, is because that helps prevent you get any little dust particles, pet hairs, bits of whatnot, I don't know, stuck to the foil or your toner image, because otherwise those little tiny bits get in there and they cause a little barrier in between the foil and your toner, and that's when you don't get good foiling. So always a good idea just to give it a quick brush over with a nice fluffy brush or a Swiffer cloth or just a lint-free cloth, really. So let's get this into place. It's already heated up, and my foiling folder, and let's have some fun. Not that we weren't having fun before, but I was. I hope you're enjoying yourself listening to me. Now, if you're new to foiling, please head across to Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook. There's a lovely group of us over there. I'm an admin over there, so I help out, answer questions, give advice. It's run by Nancy Stamps and Tracy Schultz, and they are lovely ladies that are supportive and welcoming, and we do all things card making and paper crafts, and it's just a lovely, supportive, helpful place to be. And if you want to learn anything about foiling, then Nancy is the best person to teach you. She taught me everything I know, and I can now classify her as a lovely friend of mine. I do love it when the back of my cards get all character on them as well. Now when you're running something through your best mate, you don't have to worry if it's foil side up or down. It's going to get the same amount of heat and the same amount of pressure either way. I found last time that I got my best results on 2, but that's using things that are printed by Crafty Critta, because they have such good quality toner being printed onto the designs. I find that when I get anything from them, well, I used to find on my Mink that 2 was my best setting. It's like I said, it's only my second time using my Crafty Critta foiling machine, so I'm still learning just like everybody else. But last time, yeah, best results were on 2, so I'm going with that again, and we'll adjust from there if it's not right. But it's all feeling right so far. One thing I've noticed is my Mink, when it was brand new, had a smell to it. Didn't last long, but it definitely had a heating, like so, I don't know how to describe, like something, like machinery oil burning off for the first time. I'm not finding that at all with this, so that's a very pleasant note to make. Just placing these on the glass mat to make sure they're nice and cool before I start revealing them. Please excuse my cat scratch that I've got. We had a storm last night and my cat got scared, and I came out the worse for wear. Always put my little piece of paper back in my folder afterwards because I'm shocking at keeping track of them otherwise. I'm not going to turn it off just yet. I'm going to give these a little check, make sure that we foiled properly. Ah. So happy with that. I love how the brown pebbles, I'll see if I can get it to do it, there we go, up close, get nice holographic little bits through it, which look like veins in the leaves. I'm really happy with that. Wow, nice and up close. I think we've definitely got our right setting there. You see what I mean about running it through the foiling machine, dried it out, and now it's the colour that it would be if I'd left it to sit. So I believe this would be the other one from that range. Oh, that autumn gold just looks beautiful against that green. I just went, I didn't actually try and do a nice even blend on that. I did swooshes all over the place to make it look just naturey. Wow, considering I don't really like orange, I really love this. Isn't that the way sometimes? bark. It's giving highlights all through. Colouring I did. That one. So I can feel pretty assured. Where's my on and off switch? There it is. That everything's worked. Oh, I'm loving this. That looks fantastic. I love the way that the shattered ice is reflecting and hitting the light in all those bits. I think this is my favourite out of the two of those. So, 2 pages, and I've made 4 different versions. So which one do you prefer out of these 2? Do you prefer the full bark or the shattered ice? I think the shattered ice is speaking to me. I'm sorry about that noise in the background if that came through. That was some more thunder here, so I wouldn't be surprised if I have a kitty meowing at my door in a minute, because he does not cope well with storms and he likes to hide in my office under my desk, or in my craft room under my desk. He's not actually allowed in here, but my rule is if he's terrified and he's staying on the ground, I'm okay with it. And then there's these 2, the orange with the brown pebbles, or the green with the autumn gold. Which do you prefer? I think, funnily enough, both of the orange ones are my favourite. The orange foil on the shattered ice, and the orange background with the brown pebbles. Those are my favourites. I'd love to see what you think, or hear what you think. Please let me know below. And with the colouring in, I never show my colouring in on camera because I take quite a while to do it, and I'm not a very good colourist in my opinion. If you're interested in seeing how I go about colouring it, please just let me know in the comments below, and I will absolutely hit record on the camera while I'm doing it and just speed it up heaps so that you don't have to actually watch it at the speed that I do it, and I can pop it up there for you to see what I do, because I don't mind sharing it all, because I haven't learnt in any way other than just giving it a go, and if me showing you what I do gives you the confidence to give it a go as well, then I'm happy to share. I'll pop these off to the side and I'll show you a couple of the other things that came out in the latest release that I want to share with you next time. I try not to put too much in one video because otherwise it can get a bit overwhelming and you can forget where things are, but I did want to just quickly, excuse me reaching across behind everything. So they've released some designer paper pack. So packs, not pack. Instead of the toner, like, so they've still got all the toner sheets and that sort of stuff, but this is just some pretty patterned paper. But it's beautiful thick paper, and it's one of the things I love about it is that it's actually only one-sided. So you know how sometimes when you buy patterned paper, how you have to choose which side you're going to use? There isn't that issue. So you've got 24 sheets, which is 4 of each, and by the time I cut that down to my card size, I'm looking at 8 cards in each design. That's, I'm really impressed with the value in these personally. So, and especially by the time you can add that 15% discount to it, I'm very impressed. So I'll give you a very quick look through these, and next video I'm going to actually make something with them. So we've got a couple of pretty marbled ones. So there's that one, and then how beautiful is that? It's just like alcohol inks, except you didn't have to make yourself pass out and have a headache from alcohol fumes. I may or may not have not had quite enough ventilation the last time I played with my alcohol inks. It was a lot of fun, but man, I had a headache afterwards. And some paint splashy ones. And some paint dribbly ones. I love the pastels in this. And then we have a couple of wood pattern ones. My dad actually is a wood turner, so anything to do with wood I find so helpful for me for getting cards made. So I'm really looking forward to having a play with those. Nancy's toolkit, like tool set that she's got, like all the tools, which is a die set by Spellbinders. I just imagine using these for that die set because I love it. And then there's this beautiful rainbow one. Anything rainbowy I love. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.